Hi, good morning. No, I'm sorry. Good evening, everybody. Too used to a morning live stream. Uh, well, how was your trading day today? We started Monday. Let me know how it goes and share your trades here. It's important you keep me posted so I can keep track of your progress. Right. So I review this channel every single night. It's important you keep me posted so I know how to help you when the time comes. So please keep me posted here. Working on a journaling software as well, so we can have more common touch points for peer review, as well as for myself to quickly be able to look into your trades. Right, let's get it started. This is a new format. I'm just experimenting. We'll see how this goes. Now, let's take a look at today's trade here. Quite straightforward day. Nothing too unspectacular. Standard 5-day retest due to the news regarding the DOJ opening some proceedings against the Federal Reserve, specifically against Powell. Nothing to worry about, as I mentioned right in the morning. It's just a very standard 5-day retest for some people who just risk off here. And you see how we continue to glide up in that 30-minute orange buying continuation structure there. So nothing new here. It's still a buying continuation. So it's really important, isn't it? If you have the orange algorithm in the 30-minute chart, this will not come as a surprise to you. Not only that, but also right at the start of the day, it was still strong in that green buying precision algorithm there, isn't it? And you see we were starting to taper slightly. You see blue that's happening right now. I will talk a little bit about this, but if you take a look at 1-minute chart, there were some easy trades that you could have taken. Right, so this was just going up in that orange. If you were not able to catch a trade here with good managed risks, that's absolutely fine. But you do see that we started rebuilding liquidity in the pink algorithm here. Oh, by the way, good afternoon, good morning to my friends from down under. Good morning to you, good afternoon. You're always missing my live stream. It's always in the middle of the night for you, so thank you for tuning in if you're tuning in from down under. Good day, yeah. Right, so I just want to have a special shout out because you're always not able to attend the live stream, so if you're here, good to have you. Right, anyway, back here. Pink algorithm, very important. Now, you realize that at this point here, pink algorithm is not just the important algorithm for you to make trade confirmations, especially in this chop. If you remembered as well in yesterday's live stream, there's a link in the SPY trade analysis if you missed it, right? In yesterday's live stream, I also mentioned how you need to be looking out for the ranges. So pay close attention to the range of that liquidity build. Don't overtrade if it's just very small, tight range. And you see that we have that very tight range here for about 1 point here. So the pink algorithm is important because you notice that this is a bullish control, and you see how penny perfect it is, isn't it? This is just absolutely beautiful. But the more important algorithm here that you need to be looking out for will be this blue. Because once we started identifying the blue algorithm here, now this becomes important. Now there is a trade that I took here. Right here. This was a trade that I took, right? So you can study this later. I want to explain my thought process on the trade. Now, obviously, I saw dual algorithms here, right? So I thought maybe this may be heading down slightly for a head before it starts heading up, right? Because you do see it's pink, the algorithm that's building liquidity here. Now, I want you to visualize this. When does this truly head down? Right, it can head down within the pink algorithm. Yes, that's absolutely possible, feasible, into the 5-day moving average. Right, so technically speaking, in terms of technicals, this is technically possible. You understand that because it can cruise down that pink algorithm. Both bears and bulls want this to happen, can allow this to happen, or if it wants to head down even further, it can break out of that pink in that stronger selling precision algorithm that you don't see even appearing once. Right? I charted this here once we broke out of the magenta because I wanted to see if the seller is actually here. Now the seller is not participating today, so there isn't even a strong seller that's participating in the market today. You don't even think of selling this. Not with the magenta in play and not with the blue in play. So another way that this dumps will be to retest 5-day moving average, trigger all the stops, all the stop loss here, and break out in that selling precision algorithm. Now, once you're able to visualize the possibility, the playbook of this happening, if it wants to dump, you will be patient to wait, because firstly, you must visualize how it's going to form. And if it doesn't form, you do not take the trade. You understand that. We are not guessing, right? There is penny perfect algorithms. It's penny perfect. So to the point of the fact that you are able to prepare something that can possibly happen penny perfect. And once you're able to visualize this, you prevent yourself from taking the wrong trade if it doesn't happen. So many times you take a trade because you take a trade and you don't see it happening. You don't see the trade, but yet you still took the trade. This is why you lose money. So please remember, focus on developing a plan, in this case, knowing how it will turn out so that you can prepare accordingly for that. And so back to my trade here, I was obviously waiting for the dual algorithm. I saw the dual algorithm. Now, this is what I wanted. All right, so obviously I started opening a small position right here once we had some breakout here just to test, getting bored in the day, right? So I got bored a little bit. First trade at 11:04, right? And which was about here, right? I was waiting for a head. So how many of you would have shorted here, right? Instead of waiting for a head for a better fill, and obviously you have clearer stop losses here. It didn't work out, and just take a look. It's just a very small $30 stop here. So it doesn't cost me much. It's a small position here too, because I will be waiting for this before I start reloading heavy, seeing the seller appear. Now, shorting this was not a great idea too, because as I mentioned, right, we lacked that selling precision algorithm. You didn't see the seller participate there as well. Right, so you understand that. But you notice I went long right after because I was prepared. So you see, you must always have some preparation in terms of understanding how the plays will play out. Going long is important and easy decision because of the blue algorithm. Now, obviously, you'll be thinking, just go long from the start, thoughts like that will destroy you one day, right? Because the point is you need to be able to find precision in your trades. You need to be able to train your mind and your skill to be able to, form the playbook so you're able to predict, prepare how the market will move in technical sense. You're not predicting up and down, you're not gambling, but you're able to prepare ahead and know how to react when the market forms exactly to the way you're planning. So you see, the dual algorithm that I needed this to be resistance, the blue algorithm. Then it turned support, and I saw a very clear magenta that's still trending up. So this is where I went long, right after I cut my shorts here. So you notice clues like that, the confirmation. But if you're a newer trader, you're thinking this is going down. What are you going to do? You're going to marry to your positions. You're going to open a short, and then you're going to stare at your price. And even if it's losing money out of structure, you would just leave it dying there because you lose the will to trade, because you don't have the mental fortitude to be preparing or to be, day trading. Day trading is a skill that requires your attention and your time and skill. Right? Some of you are truly gambling. You just want to put in a bet and just allow the market to make you right and make you rich. That's obviously not the way to do it, isn't it? So now, right, going long here was quite an easy decision because of the blue and the magenta, and it helped that the magenta guided its way up. Not ideal. This is not a day trade that I would truly like. Now, I mentioned yesterday's live stream, so please watch it if you have not. The same channel, I mentioned how in situations when we are grinding up, there are ways to make money from this, not necessarily day trading. So I briefly mentioned about that. So not too worried. Even if it grinds up like that, you're not able to put in a trade. You make some small money, that's fine. The magenta, it helped, right? Because it helped guide it along all the way to the top. Now, this was when you see that the blue was already tapering in some way. So you see the blue has already started becoming dominant. So I mentioned that you have to start scaling down in your longs because you don't see the stronger buyer participating anymore. Right, the strong buying was this orange right at the start of the day, and we see glimpses of it here, but they soon died down and it turned into magenta and tapered slightly into the blue. Now, when you can understand that, you will start scaling down because it doesn't make sense anymore for you to be taking any longs without a deeper liquidity build, which you see it happen a little later here. But just take a look if you had runners. Now, I had some runners, but not too much because I didn't want to stare at this. But just take a look at this. It's penny perfect. Now, if you had one or two runners, you can just leave them running in that blue algorithm here. And you see how beautiful that is. It's still 2 points. Yeah. But 2 points over 4 hours, it's not always the best trade, especially for day trading. So you could leave a vanity runner or two, but otherwise, just look how penny perfect this is. So the point is, if you wanted to short this, there was just no opportunity for you to short. Maybe on the break of blue here at power hour 3 p.m. Maybe, but even so, it wasn't even in the strongest selling. Algorithm is probably in the pink. So it's so very difficult for you to be managing. But this is lucrative. This is a possible trade here at power hour. I was already away, but the break of the blue in power hour, you're trading something that's closer at the money. This could be a very good trade here. But the point is simple, isn't it? Once you're able to identify the blue algorithm, which we did, penny perfect here, there was just no opportunity to short this, isn't it? So you need to understand how to be working out on trading and planning your trades. Now, the reason you're able to plan your trades is because you have already know what the algorithms mean. You already know what you're planning to do, right? So remember my trade earlier. I saw these Zomi here, right? I wanted this. So I was ready to go long anyway, because I saw the pink algorithm already building some sort of liquidity here for the bulls. Saw the dual algorithms, right? Took it at a better fill. So you see, I minimized my losses, but yet I'm able to, let it pan out while not taking too much of a loss. Now imagine if you shorted here. Now where will your stops be? Your stops will have to be at the blue algorithm here. So you keep it tight. But you'll be wondering, will it be a head that's forming? So you will attempt to short this again. And you see, you will be wrong twice. So you have to understand how to be chaining up your plays. So your first trading decision doesn't unnecessarily affect your second trading decision and become wrong. Try to keep it tight, especially in very tight ranges like that, where the market doesn't move. It doesn't give you too much space to maneuver and make a decision. You understand that because it's a very tight range. In volatile markets, you can take many trades and you can still be right because the market moves enough for you to manage your risks. So try to understand that. And you're able to plan ahead. So the point is simple, as I mentioned. If you're not visualizing how it's going to turn out for you before you take a trade, you don't take a trade. So for newer traders, that's why I have to be annotating as much as I can to train you. Right, so in this case, the blue is not budging. Why are you shorting this? And I mentioned you have to wait for the blue to budge before you start shorting this. And the fact that we are able to identify the blue to the penny should help you not short this, isn't it? Now, if you wanted to short this, yes, if you wanted to, where do you short it? You short it at a resistance. Look, plenty of opportunities for you to do that. Is it lucrative? Is it a good risk to rewards? Well, you decide. At the end of the day, you decide your risk to rewards because these are metrics that's important to you. So I truly don't understand people who require signals to buy or sell because trading is so much more complex than that. If you want to buy or sell, please don't. It's not that simple, right? It's meant to trap you by making you think it's simple. But anyway, if you're able to develop the skill for this, penny perfect, isn't this great? Right? You're able to find a trade for yourself. So understand this, right? Practice. If you're new to this, take your time. Take your time because it's worth learning. Once you're learning this, you're able to stack this skill. It's a lifetime skill, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, do you see a third bullish control? If you're able to see that, then that's absolutely not a problem for you because this will turn out to be very important algorithm later, nearing the end of day here. So you see this third algorithm here that's building more liquidity. So that's absolutely beautiful as well if you paid attention. This blue probably had glimpses right here at the start. So if you were diligently charting this, right, you would have already saw that third bullish control. So catching this trade here may not be bad for you. But likewise, using 30-minute chart to help you will be crucial because you notice we are still in that orange. So now let's talk about how to prepare for tomorrow. Now, you have to remember that Wednesday there is a decision from the Supreme Court, so the market may still be slightly choppy while waiting for Wednesday. So just pay close attention to that. Yeah, just not overtrade before then. Now we are still in that buying continuation, but it's weakening. Right, I would expect more here because we had a very strong head. So the most I think that I can allow is this. at the retest of that magenta where the 5-day will start trending up to retest, to build some liquidity on the way up. This is no surprise for you. I mentioned this, right, in the live stream yesterday, how you wait for the 5-day, continue trending up together with the upper Bollinger. So this comes as no surprise. Waiting for the upper Bollinger to retest about 700, that's a clear target. Right, so this is a possibility. You wait out for it. I also mentioned how the institutions have this already hedged. And you see how the bottom Bollinger is flat. It helps with hedging, right? Because flat levels gives you a standard price for you to start your hedge. So this is great for hedging. Now, if it wants to head down, right, this will start trending down, right? You will see the usual 20-day, 5-day crossing below, right? So the usual will happen. So it's a nice time to hedge now. If you have a big portfolio, right, just get some puts here at this price. It's cheap. It's not too expensive. So you also protect the downside completely up to this point, right? So the point of puts, if you understand, is the right to sell at this price if it gets in the money within your stipulated expiry. So it's a flat level. How brilliant it is if you have $1 million portfolios, right? This is such a great opportunity for you to just buy a put here, right, and protect your portfolio if you wanted to at a low price. So anyway, you understand that, right? That's the true point of buying options. Otherwise, you need to be selling them as much as you can, or you have to be maximizing your leverage using 0-day to expiry. Maximizing your risk to rewards. So I don't truly believe in swing trading, right? Especially if you're buying 4 to 7 days and waiting for 4 to 7 days. In order for this to happen, no, you're just losing money to the people writing to you 4 to 7 days. You understand that, right? Once in a while you get lucky. So I'm not a fan of swing trading. You notice that there are techniques to do that, but not in the way that you probably have learned on YouTube from other people. Okay, so anyway, this is not surprising for you. At this point here, right, you are still in the buying continuation, right? If it continues to trend up in that orange, so be it. There's nothing you can do. You wait for structure within the 1-minute chart. As you notice, plenty of structure to take in the 1 minute if you wanted to within this orange, but there's nothing to worry about. As I mentioned, for this to go long, I obviously wanted to wait for that nested right shoulder. That's the best scenario if the market had a little pullback to build some liquidity there as well. But otherwise, be careful of this blue. Just be very careful. As I mentioned, there's liquidity here already built. 5-day will start trending down if this breaks down. So this can still be an absolutely beautiful trade here, straight to the inverse cup. And by then, your 5-day will turn resistance. By then, your 20-day will turn resistance. So you're able to find structure in the trades there, especially if we get into this blue zone here. So this is important. If you want to be shorting this, waiting, you plan and prepare. Just set alerts here, right? Because if the market wants to build structure here and head down, it certainly can. Ideally in the stronger green selling algorithm, but if it's in orange, it's great too. It's not too bad. You can still realistically put in a trade. So just look out for this. By then, your 5-day will turn into some sort of resistance, and you're ready for that. So if you're waiting for dumps, remember, it's always waiting for the blue algorithm here. Now, at the meantime, I don't see blue here, not yet, right? The closest I can see the liquidity that's forming will be at this 694 level. So pay close attention to the 694 level here. Right, I will chart another yellow algorithm here, the important yellow algorithm. And we have to wait out for that possibility. If this wants to head down for an early starter position, I will be more mindful. Now, for 30-minute chart trades like that, that's within the liquidity wedge. So you see a very clear liquidity wedge here. Now, for trades like that within liquidity wedges, you just have to scale down in the 1 minute chart. Don't go too heavy, because the market can go within this wedge for days if it wants to. Now, identify your setup. You know what you're looking out for. You still can be making very good money, as I always shown you. 0.5 to 1 trade. That's all you need, right? Quite easy, straightforward. Do not overtrade this. Ready for tomorrow. Yes, just a new format. I'm trying to see if this works. I think it's just let me experiment around. Thank you for your patience. And with all the live streams that I'm doing, I will pick and choose which one is I think it's the best for me. I may even experiment doing live stream during trading hours, but I cannot be trading, so maybe I'm making some money first in the first hour, and then I will have a live stream thereafter to do some explanation during the trading day. Or maybe, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Or maybe in a week or two, I just don't trade and focus on helping you. But I don't like that. I like to make my money trading, and I enjoy trading. Let me work it out. I can't trade while doing live stream because, well, I have a certain ritual that I do while trading, so I can't entertain you during that time. Let's see how it goes, yeah? So let's figure things out along the way, working out some capabilities. And then, have a good night. Just keeping this short. It's on a weekday. I'll see you closer to opening bell tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.